A woman suddenly threw a dog out of a hot air balloon 30,000 feet up in the air. People on the ground gasped in shock. But the next second, the dog opened its parachute. Seeing this amazing sight, everyone clapped and laughed. However, the two people in the balloon weren't planning to come down because the man had an experiment to complete. When the balloon reached a certain altitude, the man recorded data and sent it back to the ground using carrier pigeons. Before long, the balloon kept climbing higher and higher, with no sign of the man stopping. When the woman felt the clouds around them, she sensed something was wrong. The next second, the sky turned pitch black with lightning flashing. The balloon was caught in a violent storm, shaking violently. The man was still only worried about his data. Then a fierce gust of wind hit. The man desperately grabbed the ropes while the woman was unfortunately blown out. She held onto the rope for dear life as the man pulled her back with all his strength. After what felt like forever, the storm finally passed. The two enjoyed the peaceful view for a moment, but soon they reached 20,000 feet. The air became thin and the temperature dropped rapidly. The woman panicked and wanted to descend, but the man recklessly stopped her. She had no choice but to help him record data. However, the pigeons in the box had already frozen to death. The man went crazy and started throwing sandbags overboard to keep climbing. The woman then discovered the release valve was frozen shut. She had to risk climbing to the top of the balloon. On the ice-covered balloon surface, she struggled to climb up but slipped and fell. Luckily, her foot got caught in the rope, but she didn't give up and kept climbing with sheer willpower. Finally reaching the top, she found the valve was completely frozen shut. She used all her strength to stomp on the valve, but the freezing air made her gradually lose consciousness. On the icy balloon, her body began falling from 30,000 feet. After who knows how long, the woman slowly woke up. She didn't give up on life and cleverly swung her body, using momentum to get back into the basket. But before she could celebrate, she found her companion wasn't responding. She kept calling his name, just as she was about to accept his death. Maybe her determination moved God. The man miraculously woke up. The woman's actions had worked, but the balloon was falling too fast. They needed to lighten the load immediately and threw everything overboard. The speed would still kill them both, so the man came up with a solution. He told the woman to climb onto the basket and took out a knife to cut the basket's ropes, turning the balloon into their parachute. They crashed through the forest and finally woke up in a grassy field.